Welcome back to another episode. This is my co-host.
I'm the longtime Abrisha, and I've been married for 16 years.
And I am Terry, the good time, and I've been single for a long time. That's all y'all need to know. All right, but we just two friends talking, so we gonna jump right into it because we got a lot to talk about. We gonna spend a lot of time in celebrity corner, as I coined it. So first up, we got Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty, rapper, released from prison in October and back in the headlines for kidnapping and
armed robbery,
all that. So as I was telling Abrisha, like, some stuff is headline reaction, some stuff is deeper article reaction. This is a headline reaction. We got most of the background, but I don't know everything. All I know is the man robbed or kidnapped Gucci. Remember, kidnap means that if you hold somebody in a place they don't want to be. And then he also robbed Gucci and some other people as well. He wanted to get out his contract. He was with his dad. He was with Big 30. Whole thing.
Allegedly.
All over the place. Right. Well, I saw it. And that's the problem, honestly. It ain't no plausible.
It's not alleged,
deniability.
but we in formal recordings. You gotta just throw that in.
No, I get it.
But no, we saw it. We synced it.
Brother, they have video in a studio. You post
security
it
cameras
online.
Yeah.
Post it online and say, hey, look what we did. You had an ankle monitor on. Apparently, he went live with his PO and was lying to him on the live. Like,
how reckless and careless.
Just go ahead. Sound off.
First and foremost, I'm auntie at this point. I'm about to be 35, gangs. And I didn't know who Pooh Shiesty was. I had to go Google who the baby was. Who was that? I know who Gucci Mane is. Now that's my era. So I heard
Gucci Mane LaFleur.
I heard they say Gucci Mane got Ross said Gucci, not Gucci. Oh no.
Little millennial. Not Gucci. We riding for Gucci.
I was flabbergasted to go look and see the details. But yeah, from what I was able to see, y'all, they went in here with Dracos and everything else and robbed the whole studio, forced yourselves out of a contract. And I'm like, did nobody tell them how to formally get out of contracts? Literally, my thought is like, how most people do. Either don't make no music or make a whack ass album where they just decided to drop you. Like, it's really easy to get out of contracts in the music industry. They hate irrelevant people. Hell, he could have went online and peed on public property and they would have been like, he's get his ass out of here. Like,
yeah,
you could have did anything, made yourself irrelevant for a little bit and got out of your contract, coming into the studio, robbing everybody, and then being boasty and dumb enough to post your booty, your loot is absolutely insane. Like, I didn't know what to do with this whole situation. Very, very classless.
And I think what's tough is Pooh Shiesty. He does numbers, and I think that's something valuable that they might want to hold on to. But even still, just like,
what's his most popular song? Anybody know? I probably know a little jingle or two. I might have did the Michelle Obama dance to it and didn't know who I was listening to.
Yeah, y'all can say it in the comments because I don't know. But because I don't listen to him. I know the Pooh Shiesty from the Shiesty Mask, whatever. And at first I was like, how Pooh Shiesty do a crime and then had a shiesty on? That's everybody.
That's criminal 101.
Abrisha know I be
conceal your identity. Damn.
These dudes be wearing shiesties to graduation and stuff.
Right.
Everybody got a shiesty.
It's a nigga right now in his high school senior picture with a shiesty on.
But I heard he did wear a shiesty, but it didn't matter because Shiesty Senior was in there. And so
Shiesty Senior.
Daddy Shiesty was in there. and he kicked off some drama as well as the rest of them. But
yeah,
I
according to
don't
the
know his
gossip, he was
music.
the one with the big guns. He was going. He was riding for his baby. He hear what was going on.
I just like music contracts we've heard forever. We can name every VH1 behind the music. We can name every biopic, but yeah, this ain't the way. Not in 2026 when it's too many ways for you to get caught. So I'm just, I brother.
Honestly and truly.
You got the ankle monitor on, you got cameras, and then you post it online. Man, look, there's a lot of people, and we know these days, there's a lot of people, we'll talk about it later, that try to cape for their favorite artists. But there's nothing you can say in this case, in my opinion. There's nothing you can say. You've
His
been
ass
in
going
jail.
down.
You've been out since October. Like, so it ain't even been that long, and you already on the shenanigans and in a dumb way. You didn't even do it in a smart way. We ain't talking about Big Red hanging you out the window. Talking about my office hours.
For 9 to 5.
9 to 5. But no, this man went in broad daylight with all cameras, or I don't know if it's broad daylight, but still.
He tested mics and stuff. He said,
yeah, right,
this thing
bro. You went on live checking. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see Gucci in the back?
He was in the video right before talking about something. They said that's a nice watch. Yeah, cuz you see that watch?
Bruh.
Comments in the chat.
All I gotta say is, bruh, I ain't got much to say. That's all. I'll be honest on this subject. I ain't got much to say. It's pure niggatry in motion. Like, whether you was did dirty on
the
your
most
contract,
poetic niggatry I've ever seen.
Whether you was did dirty on contract, whatever it is you want to say, like, this is insane. Like, bro, where are we at? I don't know if it's drunk. I don't know who got y'all feeling like y'all can just do what y'all want, but this is crazy.
Yeah, extra froggy guys. We can't be out here handling corporate business the street way. We just can't do that. Instant lockup, as you see.
Jay-Z done told y'all, bro. We passed that. Not
he thought he was NWA going into the studio into the office with the bats and stuff.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, realize what year you live in. That's what this 2026. I saw Tom Cruise fight Brad Pitt. That neither of them niggas was there. It was full AI. And I don't know, maybe, honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't even joking. Maybe that is what they thought. Maybe they was like, hey, we can say that's AI, that's fake. But I don't know. Because people do question everything they see now.
Yeah, I think that is like the number one job of AI is to be the art of confusion, so people can get away with stuff. So they can be like, that's AI generated, that ain't real. So it's gonna definitely work in some criminals' favors, but it ain't gonna work in his. that live video with the stolen jewelry is damning. He's out of there.
What? Okay, like my last thing. If you got any other last comments, but also, in your opinion, what do you think gets people to that point where it's like, I'm bold enough to do this, like I ain't gonna get caught?
So let's talk about that. I do think it was a honest crash out. I don't think when it finally clicks to you that somebody has done you dirty, or you feel like you've done dirty, we've all at some point been there. You do flip the fuck out. You're enraged. You know what I'm saying? You done plotted a whole bunch of things in your head when you realize somebody done did you dirty, people you done trusted, gave you a dirty deal, or you manipulating you, using you, changing your music style, whatever it is that you go through in the music industry. I can understand like a ballot crash out, but this was just not the way. Like he would have even been better to go in there and just raise some hell and cuss everybody out and flip some papers over, but to bring a whole gun into the studio and rob people, like that was too far. So I understand a crash out when you realize that your contract is damning and you just want your freedom to do your art. I know how crazy I am about my artistry. I'm very picky and peculiar. Like Erykah Badu said, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. A lot of us are. So you know what I'm saying? I understand where he was coming from. It just was too extreme. That was a blackout moment. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, we saw that so many times in history, and I ain't gonna point one particular person out, but yeah, rolling up on somebody, I want to get out of my contract. I honestly can respect that to a level, but in 2026, that's tough. On top of that, you robbed these niggas and then posted it. I ain't got nothing to say. Like, you lost, bro. You lost. But Pooh Shiesty, super popular rapper, even though me and Brisha don't know the song.
Yeah.
Big 30 was with him. I do know a couple of songs. I like his stuff. But both from Memphis, in the segue into Memphis. King LeBron James.
LeBron James.
So LeBron James caught a little bit of flack, bro. I was a little late to this, and honestly, I'll say my thoughts later. But LeBron James was on a YouTube show. I don't know what to call these things, but it was a social media joint, and he was golfing with some other content creators. He's not a content creator. But they was talking about what cities you don't like to go to. He talked about Milwaukee, Memphis, but then he continued to go in on Memphis, and a lot of people had backlash for him, and it got pretty loud. And then he doubled down when the reporters was like,
imagine a whole city of Pooh Shiesties.
I ain't gonna do that. Y'all can't see me, but I ain't gonna do that.
Hey,
I ain't gonna do that. I'm just saying.
My people from Memphis, I got good people down there. Okay, it's a good wholesome.
They not all Pooh Shiesty ain't no good.
That's why I said it's a good wholesome city. Some good folks down there. But the ones who bout it, they mean business.
He got a lot of backlash on that, and we'll bring up the facts, and because I think we might be on opposite sides of this. So, what do you think about the whole thing?
Okay, so LeBron was like that newscaster. Get me the hell out of this country ass shit. All the bugs flying in my motherfucking mouth. He basically called Memphis a hellhole. I was like, oh my God. But there are plenty of pro athletes who talk about the cities they don't want to be traded to or don't want to live in because the social life or the life outside of like the game is just not a fit for them. They think it's small town, there's nothing to do, or there's nowhere to really conceal because everything is small, or there's it's not a large enough metropolis for them to have like private places for them to be themselves or be with people who are in their same pay bracket or whatever the case. I mean, I think it's I always mispronounce his name. Joakim, Joakim. How you say his name? Joaquin? I don't know. Anywho,
from the Bulls.
Yeah, I always mess up his name.
Okay,
there we go. I didn't call the man Joaquin. Anywho. He's got one of the most famous quotes for this, where he talked smacked about Cincinnati, Ohio. You know what I mean? They have the right to have a preference. Do you really want to be caught on camera saying it? I don't know, but like some of these cities got to be real. How is Cincinnati going to compare to New York or to an LA or to Miami? You know what I mean? There are destination states. It's just true. There are states that have certain identities that are a little bit more lavish as far as like their priority towards social life or clubbing, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Some states invested in it, some don't. Why y'all mad at that man for thinking Memphis ain't got nothing to do?
I'm gonna tell you why they mad at that man. So we really got three things going on here. Number one, and um, I think the most tangible part is the city itself. Nobody wants to be attacked, as we all know. Like, if you from Memphis, you live in Memphis, you're a Grizzly fan, whatever, you're in the area, you don't want to be attacked. So we all understand that. But if you're not from there, you don't really care. Like, side note, my Bears are getting ready to vote and figure out if they're gonna move to Indiana. I'm very on fire about that, but a lot of people I see like that's not from here, like, okay, whatever, it ain't that far. Like, I get that. So it's the local thoughts on it. That's number one.
Oh, for sure.
But then number two, you got, I think, the elitism. And like the elitism, and number three is the anti-black. And all those have to do with the context. Like, you wasn't on the shop with some other black people. You wasn't, on IG Live at home. You was golfing with a bunch of white dudes, which is why I made sure to show you the original video. Because
that's what made it bad. Yeah, for sure.
When I heard it, I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm kind of like you, but when I saw the original context, I'm like, that's not it. Like, the optics are bad. You with all these white dudes. So, like, at the end of the day, to be honest, even if you was with Kevin Hart and a bunch of other rich black people, it gives off elitism. And people, especially today, they don't rock with that. Like, we struggling to, first of all, even if the economy was great, the country was great, if I'm a person that's on a ramen noodle diet and I'm paying money and doing this to watch the Lakers because I love LeBron, I got his jersey and he out here, I would never eat ramen. Who eats ramen? I'll be like, man, nigga, what you want with me, bro? Like, that's that. Like, what's wrong with that? I support you and I eat ramen. So it was just that level of like elitism where it's like, nigga, I live in Memphis. I'm a huge LeBron fan. I be defending you online. I be doing all this. I got your jersey,
for sure.
And you came from my city, like. So there's that level of elitism, but then on top of that,
you was like, you basically felt like he was shucking and jiving because it was like, I'm in front of my white daddy, I'm gonna say stuff that makes them laugh.
Well, I'll get to the anti-black, but at the same time, it's just like, if you said, man, I don't like going to Milwaukee and Memphis, like, if you end it there, it might be a little sting, but you're done. This nigga went on to say, y'all need to move to Nashville. Y'all need, like, don't they got the stuff? Move to Nashville. Like, I don't see why y'all still in this city. That is where you start to creep into anti-black, because you got to think of the context. And I'm not blaming LeBron one way or the other.
Yeah.
But the context is Nashville is growing MAGA, is very white, versus Memphis, which is very black in history and in the population. But then on top of that, like, you just dismiss Memphis as like it's one thing to say they don't got good hotels, I don't like they ain't got nothing to do. It's another to be like, y'all need to get rid of their team. And so that's where some people might feel is anti-black. You got other athletes that talked about it. I get that. But LeBron, you gotta, people, I feel like in this day and age, they don't realize platforming. Like, you talk, or like in LeBron's case, you got a skill. You play basketball, so you're famous. But a lot of social media, not to disrespect them, but you kind of just talking or doing whatever. And if you get famous, you got a platform. So if you are talking about something specific, you are platforming it. Like me, I can sit here and say, man, F Memphis. And could some random Republican or whatever be like, hey, this black guy also agrees with me? He could, but how far is that gonna go?
Right.
What's the probability they gonna pick up what I say? But LeBron, the probability is very high.
Yeah, they're gonna run with it.
And you look at a lot of his comments, though. A lot of comments on these things.
Devil's advocate about it, though. I kind of.
But let me just say, like, if you look at a lot of comments, though, a lot of people that agree with them, you go to their profile, hella MAGA, because you gave them a reason and you gave them a intro to be like, let me get my racist stuff off. Like LeBron said, it ain't cool. I agree. Black crime, and then
they definitely read between the lines there.
Yeah, so I just want to say that, but you play devil's advocate.
No, I have 2 points that are across from each other. So devil's advocate and against. Devil advocacy is just, like I said, having family there, visiting when I do. My family's been there since the 1800s, basically. The way my family that still lives there talks about their own city, it's one of those internal things. Like, yeah, we know we got some stuff to fix, but internally, they even have gripes with their own city. So let's just, that's my only small comment, is that Memphians, of course, you're going to defend your city, but the same way we in Chicago defend our city. When it's like people calling us Chirac or all of this other nonsense, we know that that's not the greater Chicago, so we're going to defend our city, but we also still know that there's certain blocks that I'm just not going on at a certain time because them niggas do be doing something I got no business doing. You know what I mean? So right. I feel like it was very, very much one of those moments for Memphians, for sure, where it was like, yeah, we know we got a little few things we need to work on, but like, hey, this still my city though. Don't do all that, you know? There. But yeah, as someone who visits and sees family and stuff like that, yeah, there's some stuff that Memphis definitely has to work on. Now, on the other opposite end of that, my qualms with the Nashville and the MAGA and people feeling like they could have read between the lines and use it as their platform to peel out their crap. Most of the people who are in Nashville aren't even from Nashville. Let's just talk about it. Like, a lot of y'all come there because like the country music industry is kind of based there, and so whenever people are looking for a career, so like y'all's ideologies are not even a representation of Tennessee. Like, y'all are very much, a lot of the people who live there are very much the Delta South, you know, mindset on things. Like, Tennesseans don't even operate like that. Y'all are, you know, migrated into the city. So to like say it's your city now, and you know, this is how we think, and this is, we agree and lead that. Like, I'm not hearing none of that. Like, y'all got too many people in that city who ain't even from Nashville, who don't even identify as Tennessean. Like, so
right, yeah.
I really respect the conversation that comes out of Nashville, because I'm like, y'all not even from there.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna throw in there, I've been there 3 times, and like at the time that I first went there, I'm like, it's heavily gentrified, which had a progressive woke connotation, quote unquote, but now gentrification kind of feels more conservative now. But either way, it was a bunch of people that was transplants, like you said, that went from there.
Gentrification has always been conservative. But
so.
But yeah, I'm not hearing it. But I feel like a lot of people read between those lines and was like, yeah. And this brings us back to our prior episode where we were talking about a lot of Black Americans not realizing how many Black celebrities are right-leaning, because you know, they want them tax breaks too. They're thinking about their pockets. They're selfish enough to say, I don't care if this affects other people. I gotta watch out for myself, and this is my tax bracket. I'm going to protect it. So there's a lot of Black celebrities who turn a blind eye who are in that thought pattern, and they operate the same as those folks because they want to protect their pockets. They feel like that's the most important thing in a community. They not kumbaya and for no niggas. They want their money. You know what I mean? So I feel like it was another hit. Like we just got hit with all of these random black Republicans being exposed. And now you have this conversation where you see a prominent black athlete, a celebrity, having another situation where we're seeing a black celebrity championed by the MAGA crowd. It's kind of like yuck, but
Yeah. So, no, not to blow the spot up or anything, but I think you was originally saying that you didn't think it was that big of a deal, and I want to give you that spot. Like, what was your initial thoughts? Because I think when you mentioned, you was like, you feel like because it was LeBron, it was a heater, which I do agree with.
Yeah. I mean, there are plenty of people who have sentiments about certain cities. Like I live in Minnesota now. I'm close to Minneapolis. And just being here, I've met so many people. Like Chicago's a 6-hour drive. It would be like a perfect weekend getaway, And I'm genuinely shocked at how many people here are like, I'm not going to that city. The traffic, they drive too fast, the violence, whatever their perception is. But like people have their right to perceive why they don't want to visit a city or not. You know what I mean? Like I can respect that. These people are not going to like every city. There's plenty of cities that I'm like, absolutely not. Like you will not catch me unless it's for a very specific event. You will not catch me in Atlanta. You know what I mean? It's too damn busy for me. I don't like all that riffraff. It's too much going on, too much fakery, it's too much for me. I'm a calm, chill person. So I've been down there for the Black Rodeo. I've been down there for Carnival. It got to be very specific things. You will not catch me there otherwise. You know what I mean? But that's my personal preference. There's people who are going to say, I love Atlanta. Atlanta's so fun. Atlanta's the black Mecca. Atlanta, great. I ain't going to be there. So I'm not going to be mad at LeBron for not liking Memphis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's plenty of people who are like, I wouldn't go to Memphis. There's plenty of people who say I wouldn't go to Chicago. There's plenty of people who say I wouldn't. Hell no, you wouldn't catch me in that city. Not New York, fucking rats and shit. I'm not going there. People's preference for cities is a very mediocre topic to me for people to be that mad at,
Yeah. No, I understand that.
But like you said, I knew it was going to go south when same thing you said. When I saw who he was chatting with about it, I was like, oh no, this is going to be bad.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad.
And we'll talk about it a little later, but yeah, that context really matters, and it kind of changed my thought process as well. But I did want to get that perspective out there because there's a lot of people that feel like you don't like being in that city, whatever. And a lot of those people might be a certain type of people, but there's other people too that believe that, and I just wanted to make sure we address that as well. Because that is a conversation, and I think it's a little deeper. And again, your platform, your voice matters in that context, and then the context of Memphis in general matters. That's a predominantly black city, and what they've already had to deal with. And the one thing that I
currently dealing with, my heart goes out to them because they down there fighting with all of the AI water generation and stuff like that, messing up their water supply and stuff. They didn't need that for sure. Yeah, so my heart is with them. I know they already got shit going on. They ain't need the extra shit. They didn't need that. It was definitely a the straw that broke the camel's back. Yeah. We already got stuff going on. The last thing we need is bad press.
And even with even if you're not necessarily going through what they're going through, like a lot of people be questioning why is this, why is that? I'm like, at the end of the day, you gotta understand platform and all that to say that you give people ammo whether you might not meant that or that's wasn't what you saying, which is what a lot of people lean on. I wasn't saying that. I wasn't, blah blah. Stephen A. Smith big on that, even in this conversation. But at the end of the day, you got to understand what you're saying that could be construed as ammo. All these artists and all these people like giving cease and desist to Trump because he using their music for their little promos, or he using quotes for his little promos. It's like we all understand it now. Like, you could say what you want to say, but you gotta have a foresight of like how that could be turned around.
Exactly, and the consequences you might be causing other people, for your opinion when you have that big of a platform.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. So, I mean, I don't know about LeBron, and I'm not really here to dig into all that, but I just think at the end of the day,
I'm a 90s baby. We gonna leave that to the 2000 babies. My goats ain't never did that, and I'm grabbing my pearls. They just said some shit, but they ain't never did the city like that.
And then the last thing I say, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, y'all keep forgetting Milwaukee. Milwaukee's hella black too. Y'all clearly ain't been to Milwaukee. Milwaukee looks like Chicago. It's hella black over there." So, and again, not to say that's what LeBron was saying, but the optics of how it could be anti-black.
That might have not been what he was saying, but that's how they heard it. They know that's why they don't like those cities. Right. So they heard agreeance, even if he didn't mean it that way. That's how they heard it.
Right. So, all right. From Memphis to Milwaukee to Chicago. Oh, our son Kanye West. Kanye West. Yay. We talked about Kanye not too long ago. He put out his apology